Hey everybody, Scraft here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing really well. We're back on Saxlingham. We're now in December, which means one thing, it's payday. Finally, it's payday. So let's quickly just take a look at what we need to do. Straight away, we need to pay off that loan. 180,000 left. Yes, we're going to take out another loan. Yes, we're going to buy a field with it, but I've spoke about that previously. It's the way I'm going to do it. Pay off a lot, take a loan out, buy a field, pay the loan off with the next year's harvest, and keep doing it, and so on. And then just carrying on with that cycle until we've obviously made loads of money. We don't need the loans anymore to buy a field, but I do want to branch out. So that's my first main aim. Second aim with some of the money is we go down to a higher purchase, and you can see that I've got three things here that I want to pay off. Now, this one's going to be tricky to do, but I definitely want to pay off these two. And I mean, I would love to be able to just pay like a chunk, but it's, you know, it's not going to happen. So I doubt very much we're going to be able to pay off all three. If we do, no problem at all, but I do want to keep a bit of cash in reserve. I also want to buy a couple of things. Now, I've been mulling this over for some time. Honestly, I've been thinking about it for ages. Like, do I get that JCB that I've been talking about, the medium tractor? Do I get a new trailer? Do I get, you know, some kind of truck system? Honestly, I've been like trying to figure out what I really want to do. I know for a fact I'm going to buy a bigger trailer. I'm going to buy a bigger trailer and not go to like a truck system. I'm torn on whether to get the JCB, but I do want to get an upgrade on the Bailey trailer. Currently, we're rocking this Bailey trailer. We've got one of these, but I want to go to this one and try and just get the biggest I can with the, with my setup now. I just think it makes more sense. It's not too much of a difference in price. So I think that's a no-brainer. So that's one of the first things I'm going to get. You know, the more we pay off that we own on the, the higher purchase mod, the more we can take out. Now, a tractor is there. It is an option, but it really just depends on how things get going with what we bring, with what we bring in this episode. The next thing that I was thinking about buying, I actually really want to get this item just because I think it'll make me enjoy the game more. I'm fed up of doing auto load for bales. I do want to use manual, some kind of manual loading. I just can't stack the bales. That's the problem. They just end up rocking about the place. It's almost like unbearable to watch you put that kind of hard work into then, lose out. So what I was thinking is, why don't we go to this kind of system? These kind of bale systems where you're loading them up manually and we go from there. I know this one's a round bale, this one's for round bales, but this one, for example, 14 bales, we can pick up square bales, it'll stack them for us, even if we drop them in auto load, even if we drop them into the shed that auto spawns them nice and neat and everything, it's just better than what we've got. I would like one that holds more than 14 bales, but unfortunately we haven't got that option, so it might just be a good idea to go with this one. Because they're all 14 bales. That one's 40 bales, this one is, and this one is. So either way, it's not an issue. So either way, it doesn't really matter. But I think I'm going to get one of them. If I had the option, I would probably manual stack some of them. I think it makes sense, just leaving them out on the side of the field or something. But I don't really want my straw bales to get rained on, even though it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. We have got a lot to sell. We got the grain to sell that we picked up, so let's just quickly take a look at that. We can figure out where we're going to send the driver. We're going to be using auto load for that. We're going to look after the cows next, and then we've got straw bales as well that we need to sell. Let's go to our stock check, hide the ones we can't sell. You can see that everything's doing really well for price, and if we go straight away to our oats, because that's going to bring in quite a lot, you can see everything's maxed out at the moment. 1162 is higher than this as well. That's perfect. Straw 76. Very happy with that. Very happy. And then we've also got the cows, but it's not going to show us that in here. So oats, it looks like the best place is the animal dealer grain. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, 1162, which is miles above animal dealer grain sell point, which is where we're going to take the oats. Now, I think that is one of these ones. Animal dealer bales, the dairy, and then that's the grain one. So, yeah, that's where we need to take it, and we need to do multiple loops. So let's just get the ball rolling on this, because it is going to take a bit of time. First thing we can do, though, is we can start filling up as we set this up. Do need to Why? I need to get... There we go. I was thinking, what's going on here? What have we got? Pick load. We don't want to do that. Is it pick up and deliver? Which is that one. We want to go to... Oh, I always... The starter farm. There we go. So we want medium grain, silo, unload, and load. And we're taking it to animal dealer. Grain. And we're going to be doing oats. Now, I'm just going to put it on like unlimited until it just senses that it's got no more. And it should work a treat. Fingers crossed. Now, I imagine it's probably going to drive down across this main track here, maybe up here, and so on, and then back down. That's probably the best route to go. So we'll keep an eye on that and just hope that the money goes up. Hopefully, and hope that it also doesn't hit a load of traffic, which is a thing that can happen. But we're going to jump into the tiny little John Deere, the one that I actually use the most. And we're going to go and drive. Oh, it has already hit traffic, so I think the only thing we can do here, just to make our life easier, is go to game settings and turn the traffic off. And then we should be fine. Straightforward. But yeah, we're going to go and sort the cows out. Now, if you watched my last episode, I actually got a better trailer that can hold 12 at a time. But we're actually selling more than 12. And I need to talk about the animals because I dropped a video about the update. Insane update. We've now got diseases, which is completely random. I've not seen any messages yet, but I did put it on as soon as I got into December day 2. So there's been no time really that's progressed since I've had the update on. Now, we've also got the herdsman AI if we want to do that, which I think might be a good way to do it if we start going to the breeding. But I think the main thing that's going to impact us the way we do it is because we buy animals from the the animal market, which we have to do in this episode. We've got to buy 12. We're going to have loads of options now because, there's just 200 on show, whereas before that wasn't working, so it is now. So we should have a big variety at the animal dealership, 200 animals to pick from. We need to buy 12 between the ages of 0 month to 2 months, so that's technically 3 month gap, 0, 1, and 2, if that makes sense, hopefully. And then we, bring them back, and we're going to put them indoors in this shed where we're going to sell all these cows. These are going to market. Now, weirdly, don't know how this has happened, because if you've been following my series, you'll know that I have castrated all my males except the 2 that were I had 1 male and 1 female that I've actually sold. But yeah, I had 1 male and 1 female that were breeding, and then I had that female ended up having 2 calves. For some reason, all these that are going are actually expecting. Now, don't know how that's happened, honestly, because I castrated them. I castrated all the males, so it shouldn't have happened, but it has. I think it's got something to do with the update. So, yeah, very strange. But I was actually going to go in the minus of my money, so I had to sell them 2 that I had originally in there, in that shed. And they had 2 calves, and I somehow lost 2 animals. I don't know how it's happened, because it was before diseases, or before that kind of... I was on the older version of the game. I was on the older version of the mod. So I still don't know how these 2 calves died, but I noticed the one that should have 12 in only had 10. So I ended up putting, you can see that they've got no, you can see they're the 2 because I've not named them. So I actually lost, we'll be able to work out which ones I lost here. But we lost, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I lost, it looks like I lost 8 and 9. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I don't know how they got... Obviously, they died for some reason, some random reason. Don't know what it is, but at least I had the 2 calves that, yes, are a little bit younger, but, it kind of brings me back up to that 12. And they've got really good genetics as well. But I honestly don't know how that happened. But we're still up to number on them. I'll have to keep an eye on them, especially now that they've got, they've got potential to get diseases. But we have got this message bar, but we have got this box here for messages, so we'll have to keep a track of it and just hope that everything works out. But animal dealer, it's a bit of a spoiler before we get down there. You can see how many options I've got in it now. And we're going to, yeah, pick 12 of the best beef stock. That's the aim. But anyway, stop faffing, Scruff. Let's get this done. Let's go take him. Oh, also another thing that's just completely blagging me. It reminds me of the early days of FS25 that was just annoying. But this is now no longer connected to any of the 3 sheds. So I'm not producing any more manure at the moment. I'm going to have to sort out my placeable sheds to have manure spawn points individually, and then just use that as a tipping point, because I don't want to go through that faff again. I actually don't know what that issue is, but Giants are supposed to have fixed it, and obviously I'm still getting it because it just says that there's nothing close enough, and they've all they're not connected anymore. So yeah, disappointed with that one, because I actually don't know what the issue is there, but it should have been fixed by now. Have you also seen the straw? It looks like a dark green, or even like a black colour, and it's to do with the lighting. So I'm gonna have to look at that, because yeah, just very strange. But I'll show you. See what I mean? It almost looks like greeny. It's it's quite strange. But if I put my light on here, it's definitely something to do with the way the way I've set it up. It's like casting a shadow that's almost like just making it change colour. Very strange. So I'll see if I can have a go at fixing that somehow. But anyway, let's not faff about. Let's get these animals in. These are all the ones we're selling. We're going to select... I can only carry 12. I've just noticed the money's going up. So that's a good sign. So we're up to 36,000 now. Much better. Happy days. How many does it take? So... do you want to move these 12 animals? Yes, I do. So we'll have to do 2 trips. I'll bring back the 12 on the final trip. Now, just want to show you, because I spoke about this animal trail and how I changed things. Now, I should really put some straw in it. That is something that I've just not thought about at all. But can you see what I mean? They are clipping through each other, but you've got to understand, like a cow and them, but really, we'd easily fit 12 in here, because they just, be snug and more safe on the journey. But they are clipping through each other, but they're still, luckily, not clipping through the trail. I've had to do several adjustments so they didn't look like they're clipping through. But I just think it's more realistic now, and it actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? I can take the cover off, but I'm just trying to figure out why the controller's not working for that. Very, again, strange. Open cover is set to up for some reason. Let's have a look what the command is. Open cover is Z. There you go. Now it works. So yeah, you can see them better like that, and how they're clipping through each other. But I'm quite happy with it still. Anyway, let's go on a drive. We're going to go up to the animal dealership. We're probably going to meet him along the way, aren't we? He's either going to be coming back, or we're going to meet him on his way back, or he's going to meet us when we're on our way back and he's on his way up. But yeah, 12 animals to go. We're going to make quite a bit of money from this. I'll put my lights on a little bit and sit up. Yeah, we're going to make a bit of money from this. This is going to show me how much we can potentially keep making every 6 months. But it's important to understand, it's important to keep in mind that I'm not selling 18 animals. So normally the aim is to sell 12 every 6 months. So, the extra we get after this load isn't the normal. And we're actually only going to sell 6 next time round. So we will get into a normal pattern after that. I think that first 12 months I was trying to figure out the best way to do it. But I think 12 every 6 months is manageable for us currently, the size farm we've got. And I wouldn't like to put more than 12 in them sheds. They're only small, because they visually show now like what it would look like. It just, it's not the best thing to do. And let's just try and figure out where he is on his journey. And if you haven't updated to the Realistic Livestock mod, version 1.2, I highly recommend doing it. Having diseases now and artificial insemination it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Animals in Farming Simulator getting more and more realistic due to Arrow and his cracking mod. Now, he is flying up this road, so I'm going to have to find a suitable place to kind of nudge over here. I'm hoping that shouldn't be too far. Hoping that shouldn't be too bad. Feel sorry for the cows that are now on a slant, but there we go. She has got a lot of trips to do today, and we've only got 2, but we do need to sell bales after that, so yeah, that's when that JCB would have come in handy. But anyway, I'll put it on a time lapse. I'll cut back in when I'm just selling my second load of cows, because then we can pick our next 12 and rename them. So we're in year 2, aren't we still? But it'll be December year 2. Right, welcome back everybody. This is the second and final load that we're taking. Just undo the cover so you can see we've got six Angus cows in here that we're going to take that have been conditioned up. Not too bad at all. I'll show you the age and everything so you can see what I'm selling, thinking about when I bought them and everything. I know this is the first group, so it's a little bit different. I need to put the straw, don't I, in the back of this, just to show you. In fact, I'll do it quickly. I'll just spawn a very cheap straw bale in just to show you what's going on. But let's have a look. So we've got a 14-month, 15-month, 16, 16, 18, and 20. So there's only 2 there that would actually be around what I'm normally taking. So 18 months is going to be definitely the minimum. And let's say I bought it as a newborn, it would be 18 months. If it's 1 month old when I buy them, it'd be 19. And if they're 2 months old, which is the limit for me, they'd be 20. So we've got a good range here of what to expect. Now, it all goes down on the quality of the animal. You can see in this menu, it's nice to see, we've got an insane cow here. It's a shame that we're actually selling it because it's just pretty much perfect. Yeah, Yeah, it's even got disease status. It's crazy now what's been included. Now, with this being the animal dealer, we can't really see any information on, like, there's no message, because it'd be nice to see a message section in this just to see how much we're getting each time. But I know from what I've just done, I got over 40,000. Gives you a good idea of what we're going to get. Now, these are extra ones, so, you know, a little bit different. But if we select all and then we sell selected, 23,000. So let's say 45,000 is a nice point every 6 months. I mean, some good money, isn't it? That's like 90,000, potentially 90,000 a year we'll be making from conditioning up these cows. And you'll see in a second how much it cost me. It is crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's what we're at. We're at 131,000 already. Great money. I mean, we're nearly at the 180 to pay off the loan. But what I quickly just want to do using EasyDev, just to show you guys what I'm on about, is I'm going to spawn in a straw bale, a mini one, because we only need one at about 700 capacity, which is this. Perfection. Let's pick this up. And now the only way this works, now remember, I've customized this. I've just put some Ivor Williams logos on. That's the only thing. But if you go on LSFM website where Hoff Bergman is, if you just search in Google LSFM, go on his website, sign up to it. It's free to do, and yeah, you'll find some amazing mods. I don't even think you need to be signed up, but it's a great website to be signed up to because Farmer Andy's one talented modder, pretty much for, you know, going back to like FS19 days in Hoff Bergman there, just incredible. But when you get this trailer, it'll, you know, be completely different. It's like green and all the LSFM logos are on it. What you do is you open up the back door, but also make sure the cover's off the top. This won't work or else. This won't work if you haven't got the back door down and the cover off the top. Now, you just drop the bale in, like that. Now, it normally takes the full 700, I think it is. There we go. And it's got straw bedding in. Now, you'd see this if, yeah, you'd see this. Let's just move out of the way for this guy so we can get past, or girl, sorry. There we go. Oh, we've got past. But yeah, because most most farmers, when they're delivering sheep or something, might put a bit of straw bedding in. They'll put something down. Potentially they might not, but they'll have to muck it out. That's a fact, because there'll be a lot of waste. Now, when we put the animals in, that's going to turn to manure, and I'll show you what you do when we take the calves back that we're buying now. So we're buying 12. So let's have a look. But that's what it looks like normally. This is the actual normal state that you'd see it in. So still pretty good. Right, let's go to our beef stock then. We don't want any Holsteins or anything like that, but we do want some Angus. I don't mind if it's male or female, but let's have a look at this. So this one is 5 months, so it's too old for us. 3 months too old for us. This one's 2. Now, I don't mind about genetics too much, as long as it's not horrendous. We've got a 1 month here, another 1 month. This one's definitely going to buy that one. That one's too low, I'd say. So we've already got 4 there. So let's have a look at the male Anguses now. We've got 2 options, it looks like. Yep, another brilliant one. We're definitely buying that. And another one again. Brilliant. So that's 6. Now the limousines, let's have a look. We've got 1 here, 5 months old. 2 months, don't mind that. 7. That's not too bad as well. That's too low though. So let's have a look at the male version. We're just trying to find, hopefully, ones that aren't too bad. I mean, that's pretty low. I mean, that's horrendous. Let's have a look at the Herefords. See what we're getting with the Hereford. Looks like we haven't got much again. Nothing in the female for the Hereford. 5 months there. And we got what? Oof, that is rough. So, yeah, it looks like we're not going to get... We're going to have to still refresh, which is strange, but it is what it is. We've bought 8, though, so we're only looking for 4. But look at that, £2,500. And, you know, think about what think about what we're actually getting to eventually. But, yeah, let's have a look at this. Reset animals. This will all change again. It's nice that it gives you the option to do that, to be honest. And what did we lack in? We didn't get many limousines, did we? Yeah, let's have a look at limousines and Herefords just to see if we can get some more. We've got one there, that's definitely. That's a good one. Definitely that one as well. 2 more now, that's all we need. I'll take that one, 2 months old. 1 more. It's got to have to be that, isn't it? Unless we can get a male. Let's just see if we can find the last one with better genetics than that. 5 months, 2 months. I mean, that's not bad, is it? Let's just compare that one. Yeah, definitely is the best. So buy selected, buy them 4. So we're talking about what? Let's say it's 4,000, and then we turn it into 40,000. It's so worth doing. And you can see now, these are the 12 that we got in. And some have got really good genetics, some have not got as good, but we have got a good variety there. I think the worst one we saw was probably this one. Or actually, maybe that one. But there's definitely a good selection of 12 there. So yeah, we'll head back, put that back on, and yeah, I'll cut back in when I get to the shed, because I'm gonna have to rename them all. Go through my renaming. I'll show that off again, just in case you forgot how I'm naming them up. But in 18 months from now, these will be back. But every 6 months, oh god, took that going too fast. Yeah, every 6 months we will take 12 and buy 12. That's how it's going to work. But in 18 months from now, these calves will be fully grown, conditioned cows, and will make us £40,000. It's working out. It's really working out. Right, so we've got our 12 calves here. We're going to select all, and we're going to move the selected 12 into the husbandry, which is great. Now, what I want to show you is you can see that it's got manure now instead of it being straw. It does say 700 litres of manure. And what we can do is, if I just find a spot to do this in, because I am going to need to actually swap this tractor over to that bale trailer, which I know this is where the JCB would be perfect for. It's a bit small to haul that, but we're going to have to make do with it. But what we can do is, if I show you, if we look for, don't know if you could just see that, but we've emptied out all the muck from the back end of the trailer, and now it's in a pile. So we could technically just reverse up to like where we're storing it, and yeah, it'll be pretty spot on. So quite happy with that. Just wondering why that trailer's dropped like that. Surely it should have a kind of stand for it. It's just clipping through for some reason. See if it does that somewhere else. There we go. Don't know what the problem was there, but oh well, it is what it is. Right, so before we go and get the straw bales, let's just turn the engine off and go and rename these. First, I want to apply the monitors to these, which is spot on. Don't know if I should have took the monitors off the other ones. I hope I don't get charged for that. I shouldn't do. Fingers crossed, anyway. But let's go through. So normally what I'd do would be like year 1, June, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 12, basically. Just shows when I've purchased the animal. So you can see that these are the second group, which is the 6 that we're going to sell next time around, which is going to be in June. And then I bought these a month later, but there is 12 in here, which is year 2, July. So this group now are going to be, yeah, they're going to be year 2, December. And then in 18 months they'll get sold. That's the way I'm doing it. They've got feed, they've got some straw, they're pretty much sound. They're pretty much happy. Just keep the health up. But let's just have a look quickly before we do it. How much we've got when it comes to the oats left. We've got 71,000 litres and we're up to 184. So technically we can pay off our loan, which is great. And we should, fingers crossed, get well over this to pay these two. Don't think we're going to be able to pay the baler off. But yeah, I have been thinking about the baler as well. Let's just have a quick look at this. I like the straw harvest baler, this one, and then the accumulator that comes on that you can have for it. It's built in. There we go. I'm getting confused here. So we could technically get this, but for that much money, I'm not doing that. 351,000. That's insane. That is actually insane money for a baler that can do the exact same job as the baler we've got, which is the baler we've got is really good. But the bonus of it is you can just accumulate up to 3 and drop at the same time. I mean, I'd love to use that, but that's just so expensive. I couldn't justify it. I really couldn't. Anyway, let's get this sorted out. So, messages. Now, I'm just trying to see if it says like we sold, but it doesn't. You can see that we collected the 12, the 5, and then the 1, and then we've just put 12 back in, which is not bad at all. But we, can't do that. But anyway, let's get this sorted. So, what we need to do is go year 2, December, number 1, enter. And I'll keep doing this, and I'll cut back in. Yeah, I'll cut back in when it's done. It won't take me too long. There we go, spot on. All 12 named what you can see. Just year 2, December, and the number, just to highlight to me that they're the next 12. Now, I'll leave them for a bit. I'll sort that straw playing out. It does look pretty shocking. But while he's selling, the remaining amount of their moats, we've got probably three or 4 trips left. We need to go and haul some straw bales. Now, I want to keep probably about 15. I think that should be enough. But I want to sell, the rest of them and try and bring in even more money. Now, I'm hoping it's just down the road. Don't want to drive all the way to the animal dealership. I'm hoping, the best price is down the straight and our typical sell point for bales. And actually, we sold the grain there as well last time round. And I also need to figure out how many bales this holds. I'm sure it's quite a few. So let's just first off drop some of these. Should have quite a lot, really. Let's drop 25. Let's see what that does. Yeah, our OSR's growing pretty well. I've not seen any weeds yet, but we do need to do the fertilizer on that one. But we're already set for the next harvest. Right, so it holds 24 a time. This does. So let's just quickly look at the sell price for these. Fingers crossed it is what we like to see. So we've got the best price is at the farmer's market, which is where we're actually, which is the one right down the end of the street. So now let's get this sorted out. 24 bales a time. Well, it probably means I'm going to have to do at least 3 trips, maybe even 4. I think I have got over 90 bales and I want to keep 15, so let's get this done. I'll do another time lapse of me carting these. Hopefully it won't take too long, and then by the end of that we can actually start buying the stuff we want to do and also paying off the loan and picking the next field. That is perfect timing. I've just sold, well, it's technically the last full trail load of oats. Got 6,000 litres left in the silo, 24 bales left in here, but I'm going to keep them. I was going to keep 15, but I think there's no point in me keeping, like, just no point in me taking 9. I may as well keep 24. That's plenty for me, and I think we've done really well. We're up to 323,000, well, 324,000 really, from selling all the grain, selling the cows, and also selling a good chunk of straw bales there. Let's just go to this just to prove that there's, 6,000 litres left. So that's a bit of extra cash, you know, over like £6,000-7,000 probably, something like that. It's just, we can carry on with what we've got right now. Yeah, there's just no real point in waiting for that. We can get the ball rolling with this. But first off, let's pay off the loan. 180 odd £1,000. It's a lot of money, but it got us what we needed at the time. So, wait a minute. What's going on here now? Is it because I can only pay a certain amount? I hope it's not that. Yeah, it is. Right, let's sort that out. It's in settings. Don't want it to be like that, unfortunately. Yeah, you can, you can set it up where you can pay more. And also like the maximum debts and stuff like that. So the multiple special repayments per year, yes, we can. That should allow me now to pay this off in full. Let's just try it again. 180,881. There we go. Make special repayment. We're down to 0, which is great. But we do need to buy the field. So we'll look at that in a second. First thing I'm going to do, though, is just see how much I'm going to need. 166,000. So let's just say 167,000 we're going to need for that, which is actually a small loan. So I'm happy about that. We're at least going in the right direction there. But we do need to pay off this good stuff. Now, I'm going to keep this one, but I am going to pay off these two. So we're going to settle this early for that. Happy days. And we're also going to settle that one as well. There we go. So we're actually sitting at £100,000 as well. How cool is that? Not bad at all. So let's get another loan. Take a loan. We want 167,000. We'll go 20 years. The reason I'm doing it like this is because we don't really want to pay loads every month. I'd rather just know that next harvest I'm paying this off. So don't really need to worry about this too much. So let's take the loan. 167,000. Hope that's been harvested. Oh, no, it hasn't. We've actually got some sugar beets. I mean, we could try and make a bit of money from it. I do feel bad when doing that, but it is part of the game. It's extra cash. I think we're going to have to. I'm not going to feel too bad about that. But there we go. We finally got that field. I might also... Yeah, let's also, with the money, get the soil... Purchase the soil information, 5,000. It's going to be a lot of cash, but it's worth doing instead of releasing out what we need anyway. I do think it's going to be a lot of work into it. It's got weeds in as well, but at least we'll get some money back from harvesting this. I think that's what we're going to do in the next episode then. Because, I mean, it's a weird one though. We're in December. Can we even harvest sugar beets in December? It says we can. So, yeah. I never thought I'd be harvesting sugar beets in December, but it looks like we're going to be doing that in the next episode. And it's extra money. You know, it'll give us... Who knows what it'll give us? I mean, when's the best time to sell sugar beets? I want to go to... It always confuses me now with these menus. Sugar beets... Best time to sell is now. So if we get it done in this month... and get it in, we can sell it direct from harvest, which is, again, really good. And there's some good equipment that we can lease out. First thing I want to do with that person, let's just set that going to the next one. There we go. Happy days. 6,000 litres to sell. But yeah, happy with that. 102,000 as well. How cool is that? Let's just actually do some, let's do some spending. I do think I want to move to this kind of route. 90,000 isn't too bad. I mean, just looking at these two now, comparing them, they're both quite small, aren't they? And I know it's going to take me longer to do, but I really want to move towards this kind of stacking style. So I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to get it on hire purchase, and I'm going to get it that I pay it off and probably... Let's actually pay 50% down. Let's pay 30%. And how long do we want to be paying this off realistically? I'd say 3 years. It's a long time. We can clear it. We can clear it, which is always nice. I just don't want the monthly repayments to be high. We stack up the monthly repayments, it really does hurt us. It hurts us a lot. I mean, we could go with a final fee of like maybe 9,000. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Happy days. And then really, we need a new trailer. I think we'll hold off. Getting a tractor or anything like that. But let's get the upgrade to the Bailey trailer, this bad boy, because it is a decent trailer. It's huge. It's great for what we want to do. And I think I'll get it with the extension on as well. And it now holds 54,000 litres. That is insane. Let's see if we can get some bigger float tyres. Oh, Alliance tyres as well are in the game now. So I don't know if you know about this, but since the update, since we got the Mercedes pack, we've actually got Alliance tyres. What do we want to do? Wide tyres. I'd say wide tyres are the thing, aren't they? Let's do it. And do we keep the same colour? Yeah. Let's keep the standard Bailey. And we'll get this also on this, but I want to give myself a bit of money, you see. I was going to say that was weird. Then I saw like 4,000. Yeah, we'll pay 30% off now. We'll give a 30% deposit. Actually, let's go for a 50 with this one. Let's bring it down even more. We'll go 2 years again, and we'll go with option 2, so we pay a little bit at the end. There we go. So we're sitting at 47,000. We've got the sugar beets now to harvest, which is great news because it means we're going to bring in some money. What we get from the sugar beets is a bonus. So, you know, we could even like hopefully pay off like maybe some of that equipment we just bought. I mean, we've done well so far, haven't we? And we've got plenty to harvest. But I want to get, in this month, I want to now get in the next episode, this field harvested. We're going to have to lease out some equipment for that. Get it ploughed because it's going to need that as well. In fact, it might show us like what needs ploughing. Yeah, it does. So it'll need ploughing anyway because it's a root crop that's gone in there. So we'll get that ploughed as well after, get it all set up. We need to plant in oats, but it's going to be spring. Sorry, not oats. We're doing canola, aren't we? So yeah, it's going to be planted in March. It gives us a few months here through the winter to get that done. But yeah, I'm not even gonna skip days now. I'm just gonna wait for him to get back from the store, park up that trailer, make sure to bring back the 2 new trailers that we've got. I'm also going to keep this Bailey trailer. I'm also going to keep the bale trailer over there, but I am going to sell the bale trailer that he's currently using to cart the grain because we don't need 2 of them. But I would like to have the auto load just in case, you know, especially like carting, like we just done when we're selling the straw. That's perfect for that. It'd be a nightmare to kind of spawn out of that shed with the other trailer and then kind of, individually pick one up one by one. So I'm definitely going to keep that, but I am going to sell the other trailer. And yeah, straight into the next episode, get that sorted out, straight into the next episode, get the sugar beets harvested. That should bring us some good cash. We'll see where we're at then. But then we're pretty much just carrying on through, keeping our cows fed, moving into our 3rd harvest then, which is going to be canola. And we've got, much bigger acreage to work with. So super excited about this. I'm really enjoying this series at the moment. So I think with the Arrows, mod, the realistic livestock mod, it's just making it so much better with the idea I've got to, rear up these cattle. And, it's going to be amazing, especially when we get maps like, eventually Whitcomb comes out early 2026, fingers crossed, having these mods and when they're going to, Arrow's probably going to make more updates and add more in. So I can't wait to see what's going on. I really can't. But yeah, next episode, get some sugar beets done. See where we're at then. Should be good money. Bit of a nightmare, but should be good money. But on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me because that does help me out on my YouTube channel. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.